Hey, what's going on, guys? So today we're going to be talking about episode 13 of Ninja Kamui. This is kind of sad, but this was well worth it. Before I go on, you need to check this out. It's only 13 episodes and it's enjoyable. It's got fights, it's got emotion, it's got a little of everything, and it's got no source material. So everything here is the source. So, the very beginning, it starts off like this. Our boy Mike is on the chase. They're looking for the dummy called Joseph. Joseph betrayed Hamaji, and now he's wanted by them. As you know, FBI guy is finally with Mike, so it's all going to be working out. We have Jason as well that's working on the sidelines, and he's doing some hacks on some satellites. And anyway, we see Joseph. He gets to where this plane is, and he's at this like field, and he's loading up these pigs for some weird reason. From there, we see a car come out of nowhere, and it's Mike. Mike gets his location. He's like, "What? How did you find me?" So it's Mike and him, gun drawn, and he has his like little Apple Watch. He's ready to hit the button, and Mike's like, "Don't move." He starts trying to hit the button. Mike shoots. He falls down to the ditch. And then he keeps trying to hit it over and over again. Then he brings up the whole thing about where Emma got killed. He's like, it should have been you, Mike. And then Mike just keeps beating the crap out of him. Boom, boom, you know? And while that's going on, he takes the gun, points it to his head. Boom. We just think he's dead at this point. I'm pretty positive he's dead. You know what I mean? We think he's just out of this existence. He was a jerk. Oh, I forgot to tell you, the reason why the watch didn't work was because our boy Jason basically don't he denied it by hacking his little satellites. So he can't do any more bull crap. I don't know. I don't know what the tower is gonna do. I don't know if it's gonna like shoot a missile or what. This we're not too sure of, but we know he's a high tech guy, so it was gonna be a weapon. It was gonna be a weapon. From here, our good boy Hegon, he's on the bike. He's heading off. We already know what this big fight's gonna be. He's trying to demolish the ninjas, and he's trying to create this world where there's no ninjas and everyone's free, and he's fighting for the good. Hamaji wants ninjas to overrule and take over and be like the superior hierarchy of Earth, or I don't know. That's pretty much he just wants to take over the ninjas and make it the new way. So yeah, when we get to the battle, there's a lot of good music in here. It starts off kind of like Hamaji and him, and it goes on from here. Out of nowhere, during this fight, it turns into a three-way. We have Zai, and then Higan uses his ability, and then he's like, "Oh my God!" Hamaji's like, "You thought this was gonna work on me?" And then he uses his ability. Oh my God, his ability is called God's Will, and it's kind of like a smoke screen, and it denies their ability, and it transports them into like this space where they're seeing like all this negative energy that basically gets them to be on their knees, and you know what I mean, get them in a depressive state to where he can come behind them and chop off their heads because they're like so nightmared, like so scared, so frightened, so upset. So of course he kept bringing up his dead child, his dead wife, and his son kept saying, "Why did you let us die?" and stuff like that. So it was dope. Um, well, thing is, Hamaji in this like godsend mode, he is his old self outside of the suit. So he has a sword. Higan has no suit on because they're in this like little like mode. That's all I can say. It's just like this mode. He's like looking down on the ground. Maji's like, you're ready to be like, I'm gonna take you out of your misery. In reality, he's wearing a suit still, and he's being held by Hamaji. We don't know where Sai is, and then he gets ready to go down for the chop, and then Sai comes behind him and puts the sword into him. And he's like, I knew you were gonna do this, friends. You and your friends. And then it just becomes this thing where Sai is like a friend during this fight. And after that, I don't know why, but there's like no Sai. That's the only negative I have to say. I have to be honest. Nothing with Sai after this, really. So Hamaji is doing this like crazy mode all at once. Oh god, I don't even know what you would call this mode. It's like Thunderclap sort of, except he turns into like actual lightning. I guess he's using electricity, but I don't know. We don't know what this is called. We're never gonna probably know, honestly. So yeah, he gets Higan, and Higan is he goes into like this state where he's talking to Mari, and she's telling him that he's like, I'm basically finished, and she's like, you got life left in you, you can do this. And while that's going on, he's having a flashback of the beginning whenever he's getting taught how the suit works, and it just brings it back. It just brings it back. She's like saying anything you imagine, anything you think emotionally and physically, it can be done in this suit. So all at once, he starts doing something crazy. He uses someone else's ability. He uses Thunderclap just like Sai, and he's just super fast. He goes up and he matches up Hamaji, and he's taking over, man. He takes over, and yeah, that was pretty much the end. He takes Hamaji down. It's all thanks to him. He learned that he can do more than that. Hamaji's on the ground. We know he's pretty much like a goner. I guess the side thing that's going on that I don't really think that matters is there's a bunch of government hostages that one of the robots that Hamaji has, like robot ninjas, and while that's all going on after he gets beat, one of the ninjas comes and assassinates him specifically. I don't think it's their master or his master, Higon's master, should I say? The one from last episode that revealed himself. I don't think that was him. I'm not quite sure. But before we get to the end and I get too far into trying to explain this the best I can, um, I do think I'm very positive this will have a second season. It was really good. I think they should give it a little time, but not too much. So yeah, at the very end, Sai was like questioning what else is there to do. I betrayed my master, and he's like, he's the disciple, and he is still very much away of the ninja. And you never guess, Higan has to save him again before he kills himself. He was ready to stab himself. Higan's the man. He's like, you don't need to do this, Sai. Why? And he just explains that there's more to live for. It's gone. The ninjas are no longer here. The big thing that I did see, this is the very biggest thing from this episode that's at the end. This is why I think we're gonna get a second season. He says, someone else is gonna take my place and come and hunt me down. So with this, we know in the upcoming seasons that the team of Jason, Mike, Sai, Higan is gonna stay. It's just gonna stay. If I had to say anyone's gonna die, it's probably gonna be Jason. It's probably gonna be Mike. Sai would be a definite like good choice, but I think they want to keep the friendship thing going on. I'd be a bit sad if they did die, but anyway, that's what I think is gonna happen in the future as well, and what we've heard thus far. And it just kind of showed him getting on his bike and going far off. Hopefully, him and Sai are able to hang out every so often. I don't know. I'm not gonna sit there and imagine, oh, what if they live together? Because that'd be kind of, that'd be kind of weird in a way, but I guess it's possible. He threw away all of his equipment in the water, in the ocean, so that's another hint that there may not be another season. It's kind of up in the air, but it'd be kind of cool if it just went slice of life that all at once. It went outbreak mode, and then we went into another action anime. Uh, I guess to end it all off, we'll just rate it right here and there. This episode, I will say it's another 8. I was not outstanded by the battle. The suits, it's alright. It's just, there's not enough coming from the suits. Hopefully, I'm not the only person that thinks that, but the suits don't really add it to me. They don't really use them rightfully. They just don't really add anything to me. I guess it gave Sai more powers and more abilities, which kind of, I guess, gave him some type of plot armor to live, be able to do certain things. But yeah, that's kind of like my little gripe of it all. And the only reason I would rate it a straight 8, because I think it didn't really go wrong and it did what it's supposed to. And it opened itself up for more to come. Anytime you have something that doesn't have source material, no plans, it's not going to be the top in the world. So it's very strange that it ended up being as good as it is without any plans of anything. So yeah, along with this is nothing new with Ninja Kamui. It's just a little hype up. Rick and Morty anime is coming this year, and we are going to cover that for sure. It looks awesome. Like that looks so good. It's an actual Rick and Morty anime, and it's not just set in the same universe. It's using the characters and actually taking them to Japan, I believe. So yeah, I thought I just might say that. It's got nothing to do with it. Anyway, tell me what you guys thought about this series overall. I thought it was an A tier anime. Well, that's a little generous. I'll say B plus to B. I don't think it was a B minus. I think it passes. Like I think it passes with an even grade, not an odd. That's just my thoughts. And yeah, I hope you guys stay safe. Peace.